Really interested to see where this plane goes. The plane is up. The first match of PCS2 is underway. We're heading from the southeast up to the northwest. So if you're going to the western edge via Del Mar, you're going to be a little bit in trouble to get over there. Otherwise, things pretty fair along this plane path. Watching the early teams coming out, TSG, they like to play from the south. They do really well on southern circles on this map. Reminds me a bit of, say, Team Griffin or Na'Vi, where they navigate the southern area of Miramar very, very well. Looks like OGN might be going up towards the El Azahar area. I don't see any of the other teams maybe thinking about that yet.
Looks like the teams have figured out there's too many other teams. It's 3 teams contesting for a single region. Probably all of them kind of decided to just back out from it, and just kind of took a free way to go. Sun Sisters going back towards Power Grid. VLG as well. Is this going to be a hot drop?
Oh boy. Well, we've seen that the Sun Sisters are not afraid to fight over drop locations. They lost to Infantry in PCS1. Now they're going up against VLG. Both very, very good teams. What is our Japanese team going to do in this one? Real quick, take a look over there. T1 did end up going Los Leones. That's the old VSG home, so Starlord and those guys are going to like that. Lambu's got a pistol, starting to pop off some shots. Not sure if he really connected, doesn't look like it, into Sun Sister, as they have the Bread House compound, the red one to the southern edge of things to themselves. Meanwhile, Spear's going to be pushing up through the electrical grid part of it, trying to get up ahead and be the point man for VRLU Ghibli right now.
Yeah, VLG is definitely backing out of this one. You can already see Davis' helmet kind of beat up a little bit. Maybe it's Hikari's. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but a couple bullets exchanged and it just happened to be like that. In the meantime, Holland's going to knock out EJ from afar. That's an 8S SLR. You don't want to mess with that one. The flush should happen. Just the final bullet to the butt might do the job, but that was very close.
Ooh, I thought for a second when he died, I thought it was going to be that his teammate ran him over, but no, it is Helen picking up the first kill and the first point here at PCS2 Asia. So T1 off to a nice little start, setting up around the northern edges of Los Leones, which is kind of center circle-ish. So just looking to try to pick off what they can. And EJ going to be the first victim here across the regions, as you don't see a lot of teams that are interested in hanging out on the edges these days. And oh no, Sylphia crossing in front of Savior. That is surely going to be a finish here. I don't think the rest of Element 36 is going to be anywhere close enough to get to him in time. And there is a point in the bag for GEXAs.
Pureboy instead knocks out Savior to equalize things out, and Aminot now on the push, trying to finish up the kill point and get it in the backpack. There you go. Savior out for Gexa, and rest of Gexa, I don't know what they're willing to do, but looks like they're going to be joining forces to fight this one out. So this is going to be a battle breaking out between Element 36 and GEXA. And looks like Pureboy is going to be clearing the angle out with a flash. Good flash. That's going to push the player backwards. Good spray down, though.
Yeah, Lockslock holding the angle very well with an M4. Pureboy on his knees. Lockslock going to go bounce a grenade in there. I think he wanted to catch the edge of the window. That one's going to push forward a little bit. Aminot holding the door now as more stuns being thrown in. Aminot pretty banged up here, but he is just going to barely be able to outdo Lockslock, as now Satao finds Zenon. And this is a good situation here for E36. We talked about this at the beginning of the cast bench. E36 very, very strong in close quarters fights.
And this is without Sylphia. Classically, Sylphia's the top fragger and he's the frontliner, but he's out this time around and his teammates are doing it, which is good to see. Buyohu now trying to pop a nade towards Sato. I don't know if that's going to be a little short, so that's going to land in between the locks. And Buyohu now with a flashbang. Good flash, though. That's going to blind the player. Nice pop, but it looks like the spray down is good enough.
Oh, he just gets saved by Aminot just in time. He readjusted to try to get the flush. Did not come through. So Satao going to be able to be revived. It looks like I don't see anyone else anywhere near E36 on the map. Infantry on the move towards the western side of Los Leones. 4 a.m. Rolling up now in front, and you can see this time they're going to group up for this push as they want to get as center as they can, but infantry has already set up shop in front of them, the God compound and the building next to it. Zhao Yang there, bullying up front, pops out, doesn't get the knock though. That could be really problematic. Never mind, they're going to get 2 quick. That is 2 down for 4 a.m. instantly. Now it's just Forever left. Pignon down. Can he get out of this? Zhao Yang, okay, so it's Zhao Yang in 9 because he Forever gets 2 of his own. This guy is absolutely nuts.
But it's going to be a 2 versus 1. Forever nipping a bit of HP from the nade thrown by Zhao Yang, and now he's probably just willing to go up the building and hide himself out because he is the solo player now for 4 a.m. And that door's stuck, but he gets through that easily. In the meantime, Boliang gets rezzed, so that's going to even things out for Infantry. Rest of his teammates are coming through as well, so Longscare should be rezzed here too. But Forever now holding onto the corner. He used that molly and looks like there's no more utilities. That tip of the head got spotted out by Zhao Yang, so Infantry is probably willing to go around, but Forever doesn't stop. He knocks out Boliang, backs off right away, and he might have an angle to shoot down another player. No, there's enough of a wall and good support fire from 9 from afar. Nice shots, but 9 is too good, and that's going to be Forever down with a headshot, and so is 4 a.m. out at 15th place. But the circle, as you mentioned, is going to be shifting to the northwest, completely outside of Los Leones, just a single building inside of it. So we see Entis, E36, Afrika, TSG, all in Los Leones, has to move out. Sato now opens up towards Entis. Sungjang taking a beatdown. He gets off the vehicle, takes a fire from under. But Entis has to now aggress this one out. Otherwise, they have nowhere else to go. Ammonot knocks out Sungjang. Good nade coming through as well. Let's see if that will connect.
I mean, these Element 36 boys are not scared of anything. This is what I wanted to see. Kale laying down some good suppressive fire. Gets a little bit of damage into Pureboy. Pureboy able to jump behind the wall. Save himself for now. Kale going to take some painkillers. It's just him and Under left for Entis now. As Kale trying to work the edges of the wall. Under did manage to squeeze himself into this house. But all of this battle taking place outside of the next play zone. So we'll see how this one can progress. Element 36 dug in. They are not interested in letting Entis escape.
I don't think they're even willing to get out from this without killing Entis, completely wiping out Entis out. Under's trying to spot out any players trying to hear for the footsteps. Satel is running, but that's a little too far to hear on the footsteps. He has a vehicle to work with if Ammonot and rest of his teammates get out from this one. And right now, the blue is still moving in. And on the side of the screen, we are seeing two teams fight once again. That's going to be Poli finishing off Cali. La Vega now want to fight with Sun Sister once again.
Yeah, Sun Sister and the other Japanese teams doing a fantastic job working the edges of these circles right now. You can see we're over with Ken Des as he's just popping some shots. There's nobody actually over there just yet, just still pre-firing a little bit. Dowan comes out, gets a little bit of damage of his own. Now SMG has got involved from range. Baule takes down Ken Des. More shots hitting these players from afar as everyone's getting their attention over here. Helen picks up another kill for himself on to Dowan, and that's going to be La Vega out. Now, Sun Sister didn't pick up a ton of points out of that, but they did get 3 kills total, so it's a very good start for them so far. But now everybody knows where they are, and they have a very, very difficult rotation ahead of them when they have to leave that circle. They're on the edge, they can wait, but it's most likely going to leave them coming forward.
Look at these movements of the players. This is so neat.
And this is what you know, if you're a player and you have aspirations to be a competitive one, hold the phone. E36 again. Now they're up against TSG. The fighting just never ends for these guys. They are not afraid of anyone or anything. 2 barrels in hand for Pureboy and Satao, trying to hold off Shandian off the top of the God Complex. Amanat is in a vulnerable position, though, in the warehouse. No damage done on that spray from Shandian. A little bit surprising there to see him miss those. Amanat now going to get on top of the boxes because of that, to see if he can protect himself or get an angle over towards Shandian. Decent damage. Blue here as well. The rest of E36 trying to come out of the building. Let's see if Amanat can hold this down for them. No, Kale is here from Entis to steal onto Pureboy. Satao down now as well. Kale going to find his death from 9-11. It's Under left and only 1 for E36 as well.
9-11 didn't have that final second to pop off that medkit, so he's going to be out to the blue. Under now trying to finish off these teams in this compound. Let's see what happens. Nade towards 9. That's not going to connect. Shandian finishes off Ammonot, so that's E36 out, but they picked up a bunch of kill points.
Under somehow is still alive. Infantry suffering a few losses along the way. What does Under know about Infantry's position? Because they know darn well where he is. He's taken a few shots into his backside. Boliang now going to push forward, sends the stun in front, pops it. Under very flashed, Under very dead. Entis ace. Excuse me, just Entis now. They're not ace anymore. Out in 11th place.
Can Boliang tag onto 9? Yes, he does, indeed, on the final minute, final second. So that res is possible. The blue is moving, so they got to get him back up on the foot, heal up, and get moving. TSG now trying to close this one out. They are going to be wrapping around to the side on the bottom side of the hill. So if Infantry has to exit this, they're going to have to go through Volibear, and he is so ready to open up with the barrel in his hands.
Yeah, he's sharpening those claws, getting ready to see who is going to cross his path. And it's Longsker going to try to get a little momentum going in the Bronco. He's going to find a bit, but Volibear is going to come over to the side of the hill with Shandian. I think they're going to try to pinch Longsker, but right now he's actually inside of the circle up on that ledge. So he doesn't have to come down, and Volibear now going to poke forward a bit. The fence still in, so he can set up behind there.
Sadis, in the meantime, was doing dirty to Champions competition. Volibear with that spray down, going left and right, almost knocking out a player, but he himself has to start running because the blue is right behind him. 13 HP, and he's going to run. He might have enough time to pull a medkit, and now Infantry is completely aware of Triumphant Song Gaming's position. And let's see if Longsker has a pretty good angle if he goes a little bit further away on towards Volibear.
All right, looks like Infantry is going to try to provide a little bit of cover now, and they're going to get a little bit further into the circle, make sure all their vehicles are there for them to use. Now it is Sadie's getting torn apart by a couple different teams. Sadie's goes down in 9th place, just outside of placement points for them to start off. And I think that's a team, again, that I think will get hot as this goes on. Generally speaking, I don't see them kind of popping off in the beginning of the tournaments they're in. And now the circle is favorable towards SMG. So a couple different teams going to have to cross through T1's territory. Tianba potentially. Infantry doesn't have to. They can set up on the other side of the road for now. Some other teams out there as well. COC and others, as Boliang taking a few shots, trying to get up. Longsker is going to get the knock onto Volibear, so only Shandian left for Triumphant Song Gaming.
And now Tianba is looking to move into this action of scenes. And let's see if anyone is willing to open up just yet. Z9 and Lurena. Lurena is going to find the finish and kill onto Shandian. And he has a nade to pop. 9 now aware of Tianba's position, is going to be going up the hill. Find a little angle to work with. Hide himself from any bullets coming through. But Z9 Max, he will be pushing forward. That nade is going to connect right onto Boliang, knocking down a player from Infantry, and now Tianba is probably willing to push into this one hard.
Well, the thing about Infantry is they will fight you even if they have bad numbers. They want the better position, and they know that they can go through Tianba to get it. But right now, Tianba holding strong. Boliang is back up. 9 working his way a bit forward with Longsker providing long-range cover. Shots popping, just pre-firing over there is Longsker, but nobody from Tianba home for those to connect. Boliang just gets his health off just in time. Lurena gonna underhand and get cooked a bit himself. Fire in his face, grenades exploding in the face of Infantry, but they're backing off a bit. They don't like this fight as much anymore, even though they have a knock. I suspect, though, if they get another one, they might think about pushing this.
These damages done by Infantry will slow Tianba down, and in the meantime, Infantry might be willing to get into the circle and wrap around and cover off the edge. But T1 is right behind them as well, so let's see if Tianba can get through this aggression easily or hard. 9 now willing to push out of this one with the walls of smoke in front of him. Tianba on the move as well. 9 gets spotted out at the edge of the smoke. Now that's Lurena picking up from the hill, and now will be 9 picked off, knocked out and flushed anytime soon. Lin Shen putting some bullets in, but he fails to knock out Longsker.
Yeah, the good use of the AUG, and we've got an AWM in the hands of Tianba, so a lot of Tier 3 gear in the hands of this Chinese team as they square off one of their brethren teams. Wow. Longsker, too good for Lin Shun. 9 is finished off by 200. Boliang is down. So now it's just up to Longsker. T1 trying to pick off the remaining members of these teams. Starlord comes up over the hill, finds 2 knocks of his own. He's going to get some finishes here. It is all up to Z9 for Tianba.
Look at how Starlord moved this crosshair from the player downside of the hill and off top of the hill, and spray down from Starlord will do dirty to Z9 Max. Nate will bounce, but that's going to fall off a little short, and he gets... Oh, wow, that actually does a bunch of damage, and now that's going to be Rex pushing up, the blue moving right behind him. Rex pushes out harder. Easy kill for T1.
Huge game right now for T1. 10 kills already as they finish off the remnants of the battle between Infantry and Tianba. And now the southwestern side of the circle is theirs to maintain. SMG going to start pushing their way forward towards the road. You still have a few solo snakes out there. Crazy Sam for Sun Sister. And I believe that's... Is it Lulu down there? I didn't catch the last name of the CC. I think it was Lulu down there for COC. But right now, this is T1's game as they do. It is going to be Bao Lei who finds Crazy Sam. T1 tried to get that, wasn't able to. You can see now Adder has picked up that AWM off of the remnants of Tianba.
It's going to be Lenren who is on the watch of the flank. Helen is going to be on the lead for T1. Adder moving in as well. Starlord on the vehicle. Helen's going to peek out. Spots out the player. Good spray down, but Madman, Matt98 is going to knock him out with a Groza spray down.
Yeah, that's why the Groza is scary. So Helen is down. Starlord's going to throw a stun up. Pops over, pops some good shots in, but doesn't get a knock. Switches over. Now he's got a knock. That's 2 for Starlord. Absolutely popping off. 6 kills right now for the in-game leader of T1. Getting more along with Rex. This could be it for T1. Small is very hurt. He does finish off Rex himself. It is Starlord and Adder left. Adder has that AWM on the angle here. Small stuck behind a rock, and it looks like he is in a world of trouble. Starlord on his right, Adder on his left. Can he do this?
Starlord is absolutely feeling it right now. He has 6 kills, about to make it into 7. Got some shots, put some damages into him. He has a treat to work with. The blue is moving right behind him. He pops the smoke, but I don't know how many more seconds he has to live.
It's the walls are closing in for sure. Adder reloads. Starlord finishes it. This is T1. They come through after winning the Korea qualifiers and take the first game here at PCS2 Asia.
Respect my mind, no die from last y'all. I pray my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn.